Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History. And actually, MTM, do you want to start us off?
Sure. Oh, you were going through this, yeah?
Yeah.
This first bit.
Like, you want to host us for us, actually. I should have asked
Yes,
you
I just got my camera on. Sorry, a little technical difficulty. But yes, this is This Day in History for August 7th, 2023. This show is about what happened today through the annals of recorded history. Join us as we delve into yesteryear, not only for interesting and important happenings, but possibly to even answer the questions you don't know you have. The sources of all this information come from the smart device application Today in History. What happened on this day? What happened in history? Historical calendar and the website onthisday.com. For links to the sources, music, and anything else potentially interesting, please click the underbar of the description. I'm MTM. Today I'm joined by co-star
Alexander.
And Noah.
And we will be joined by the Loon here relatively soon, hopefully.
Great.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to start us off here. 322 BC, we got the Battle of Cranon between Athens and Macedon following the death of Alexander the Great. Oh no, I died.
Oh, how dare you die, Alexander.
But see, I will not make the same mistake he made. Like, you know, my empire will go to the strongest. No. I will have it continuously be a council. This Omni Coalition will continue strong long after I go. So I'm going to make sure of that. I'm going to move on up to 626. Ooh, Stitch. Battle of Constantinople. Slavic Persians Aranavult were defeated. Wow. So a conglomeration of a bunch of different peoples. What else do we got here? 1420, construction began of the Dome of Florence Cathedral, designed by Renaissance architect Filippo Brunelleschi. And hey, what's up, Sohan? Welcome.
Hello, son.
Continue reading.
I believe that's
those are my three.
He's Italian, so it's Filippo Brunelleschi.
Yes, I have to turn my hand into the linguini.
Don't turn your head. Hey, you make fun of the linguini, I'll turn your head into pastrami.
Yo, how about that Caligula last night? Am I right? Ugh.
That's called
Caligula?
Yeah.
We speaking of Italians and Romans and whatnot, like we saw the first. Did we make it to the first 10 minutes? I'm not even sure.
I think so.
Yeah, it was just do not like anybody watching this under any circumstances. Do not watch Caligula. Like, and I'm
just watch Pornhub instead.
Yeah, that's softer.
What the heck is Caligula?
It's a movie about the Emperor Caligula from ancient Rome.
Okay.
So, but like you are immediately thrust into like I can't even repeat what I saw. It was awful.
It's just a bunch of perversions of Rome.
Yeah, absolutely disgusting. But anyway, let's get back on track here. Who wants to go next in 1428?
I'll go next.
All right.
1428. The last witch trials proceeding begins in Valais Canton, Switzerland. First organized witch trials.
Oh man. All right, here we go. And then 1575.
1575. Francis Drake fleet returns to Plymouth after a year spent raiding for Spanish treasure.
Wow.
Thank you, Uncharted 3. Or Uncharted in general.
You got another one 2 years later in 1575.
1575. Spanish troops conquer Old Water. Almost all inhabitants died.
Wow.
Some lived. Almost all.
That sounds like a attempted genocide. Or like a xenocide or something. I don't know. That's yikes.
Yeah, conquering water is tricky business. It's not really where humans are supposed to go.
Huh.
They're stabbing the water.
It's been a long-standing conflict for a lot of nations. It's what I don't even want to talk about it on YouTube because it's gonna get us demonetized. But
stricken down, yeah.
The whole dynasty
demonetized,
thing, yeah.
Well, Mr. Noah, I think it's your turn now if you want 1588.
Yeah, so in 1588, the English set flight set alight
Set
8
flight?
fire. Yeah, I said it. My mistake. They set alight 8 fire ships with pitch, brimstone, gunpowder, and tar, and cast them downward toward the closely anchored vessels of the Spanish Armada, scattering the Armada. And
Wow.
I guess they got defeated that day because it says defeat of the Spanish Armada.
Yeah, well, like they caused it to scatter because they were like, they literally construct like they purpose retrofitted ships to be just fire bombs that are floating, and then they set them,
Yeah. They're,
upwind.
they're giant IEDs.
Yeah, huh. That's terrifying.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you got another event of interest here in 1606.
Okay. So in the year 1606, possible first performance of Shakespeare's tragedy Macbeth, performed in the Great Hall at Hampton Court Palace of King James I.
Wow.
King James I.
Swanky. Macbeth.
Mm-hmm.
And the one right after that, it's kind of in your wheelhouse with space stuff, Mr. Noah.
Yeah. So, in the battle of the in year 1620, the astronomer Johannes Kepler's mother was arrested for witchcraft.
Whoa.
Well, that makes sense about the period.
Wow. I did not know that. We all know Kepler, his namesake, the Kepler telescope, right? Like there's a Hubble and then what's the new one? That's the James Webb telescope. Kepler. What is Noah, help me out. Kepler was something to do.
Yeah. Kepler was the Kepler it was a telescope, I believe.
So it was a telescope.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Mr. MTM, back to you, good sir. 1620 as
Yes,
well.
we have a very important French event that happened here in 1620. We have to talk about it. It's the Battle des Ponts. Poitiers French King Louis VIII. He defeated his mother, Mary de Massey. So if you ever have a problem in your family, just know it's not as bad as King Henry VIII. That's what we like to say here in France.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow, this guy went to war against his mom. So damn. Let's see here.
All right.
1760.
Fort Loudon, Tennessee, surrenders to the Cherokee Indians. Wow.
Oh dang. And of course this.
Oh,
Did you want me to read 1714 as well?
82.
Commander of the Continental Army George Washington creates 2 honorary badges of distinction and a badge of military merit, now the Purple Heart. First time military awards are presented to common soldiers.
Wow.
Nice. The Purple Heart is been created this day.
Yeah. Well, the predecessor to it at least.
This is a wild day for births and happenings, actually. There's a lot. I don't want to spoil it, but...
Yeah. Well,
It's
like,
already you can't spoil it. It's already been done. It's been done for centuries.
yeah, what are you talking about? This is a history
my
show.
joke.
There are no such thing as spoilers. It's like, spoiler alert, open a book, people. But no, this is really interesting. The first time military awards were presented to common soldiers. So before that, you can be out there getting blown in half by cannon fire, and you won't even get, a medal for it. That's...
Hey,
Wow.
but you get a shot of whiskey,
You can do that at home.
Yeah.
and you get to hear some guy play the flute.
I fought in the Revolutionary War, and all I got was this T-shirt and gangrene.
Well, there
gangrene.
was this one guy playing the flute.
Yeah, until he got shot. Anyway, what else do we got here? 1789, the U.S. Congress created the Department of War and the United States Lighthouse Establishment. Huh. Okay, well, I guess it needed to be done. That's pretty interesting, though. It's like, let's create a Department of War, warfare, the art of, like,
They
killing each
actually-
other. And then
Lighthouse is
let's
also-
make something involving, like, tall buildings that help ships sail.
That
Imagine that.
that makes sense to me, because if you're establishing borders via war, you would want lighthouses that are friendly for your navy to know where the rocks and outputs are. So
Yeah.
you have to establish good lighthouses for that.
That does make sense. Then 1802, Napoleon orders reinstatement of slavery on Saint Dominique in Haiti. That's not nice. Like, we just spoke about how French abolished slavery, and that's right. Napoleon brought it back.
Come on, Frenchman.
Yeah.
You're better than this.
Yep.
He really wanted that sugar. That's
Damn.
what they're growing in Haiti.
Huh. And then 1814, Pope Pius VII reinstated the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits. All right.
Huh.
See, Jesus got a society.
Yeah.
Satan doesn't even have one.
We live in a Jesuit society. Anyway,
Oh my God, no.
Mr. Sohan, 1820.
1820. First potatoes planted in Hawaii.
Ooh, Hawaiian potatoes, nice.
Yes.
And then 1882.
Also, 1879. The opening of the Poor Man's Palace in Manchester.
Ah,
Wow.
huh.
Oh, and here's a century beef.
Yeah.
1882, Hatfields of Southwest Virginia and McCoys of East Kentucky feud 100 wounded or die.
Yikes.
Yeah, they've been feuding for. I think it's over.
Let's see here. Hatfield McCoy feud. Feud. Why can't I spell? Let's see here. 1863 to 1891. So that is 27 years? Question mark? 28? That's still a long time.
Imagine bringing them to Family Feud.
Oh, God. Wrong kind of feud. Put down the guns. Put down the guns. Wait, Mr. Noah.
Okay.
Here we go.
I got one more.
So...
Oh, yeah, okay.
got
Go
one
for
more.
it, Sohan.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he has more.
1885, 5 German warships anchor off of Zanzibar.
Ooh. Wonder what that's all about.
I don't know, but it
Now it's my turn, right?
No one knows.
Yep, in 1888.
In 1888, Theophilus Van Cannel of Philadelphia patents the revolving door, which is kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, now, urban legend, and I'm going to say urban legend despite me, I believe it is fact, but I'm just going to say urban legend says that he made the revolving door because he was such a chauvinist that the idea of holding the door open for ladies absolutely disgusted him. So, like, it's so much so that he made the revolving door just so that way he doesn't have to see it anymore. Like,
It's kind of ironic, actually, because by creating the revolving door, he also created the revolving door policy, right? So diversity hires are now a thing.
okay, that's a stretch, but I see where you're going.
Ironically-
Perfect, actually. I was thinking about doing that for you.
But ironically, Chuck Norris can slam a revolving door.
God.
Actually, I've seen a
expect-
revolving door slam. Like, have you seen the video of the guy and like the door like backs on him and like it sandwiches him between the two
I've actually
things?
crushed my fingers in a revolving door before, and it hurts.
Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got a couple more here. We have 1896.
Yeah, so I got two more.
Yeah.
In New Jersey, in the year 1896, New Jersey fishermen George Harbaugh and Frank Samuelson, fishermen, well, not fishermen, two of them, are the first to row across the Atlantic, arriving in Le Havre, left Manhattan June the 6th.
So from June 6th until August 7th, they were out in the Atlantic in a rowboat. Wow.
Yeah, so they crossed the Atlantic in a rowboat, or just part of it? Then? Looks like
well,
part of it.
probably
It's
not a
pretty big.
rowboat, maybe something
Right,
more sturdy,
right.
but they were the first to row, so they rowed across the entire Atlantic. That is nuts.
Right.
That's
nuts,
incredible.
I think this one about June 6th is the day before my dad's birthday.
June 6th is the anniversary of D-Day. So,
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
Wait,
practicing
Isn't
for
that's
D-Day.
the end of the war, right?
No, that's
No,
the beginning of the invasion of France.
Normandy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know nothing about history. This is why we have you here.
Yeah. You know, the end of the war was, I think, September 1st. No, that's the beginning. Germany surrendered already in 1945 by now.
Yes.
And as we know, Hiroshima was yesterday, and Nagasaki's coming up in a couple of days up here on Wednesday on the 9th. And,
Right.
Yeah. But before I go off on a whole tangent about World War II, because you know how much I love that, let's get back on track. What do we got here? We did that in 1908.
Okay, so let's read a good one.
Here we go.
In 1908, the first train to travel the length of New Zealand's North Island main trunk line leaves Wellington, and that's in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Wellington.
All right. And then now, Mr. MTM gets to talk about one of the most badass mother truckers.
1912 was the year when Progressive Bull Moose Party nominated Theodore Roosevelt for U.S. president.
Yep.
What a great decision.
Yes.
They probably had some tournament where they would fight to get the nomination. He probably won.
Yeah, just bully each other with no shirts on and hairy chests.
Oh my God.
Just fighting in a ring for president.
Okay, this is getting very homoerotic. Let's move on up to 1915, Mr. MTM. Doesn't help that you live in the Bay Area.
Thanks for that. We needed that on this broadcast. Dario Resta driving Puget wins the first champ race ever to average over 100 miles an hour at a 100-mile race in Chicago. The average.
That name sounds French. His last name sounds a little French.
Please let him finish, Noah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, that was the end of the thing. The average speed was about 101.8 miles per hour.
Dang, so they did that in less than an hour. Like a 100-mile race in less than an hour. Now,
wow,
a Puget
cool.
is a type of car. What year was that? 1915? Puget 1915. Oh wow. Okay. It must have been like something like this. Can you imagine going 100 miles per hour in that bucket? Oh my God. Like you'd be rattling all over the place like loose.
You have to wear goggles. You would need. Oh, that's like a racing one right down there with the 6 on it.
Yeah, no, it's the same body style and everything. Like they have goggles and everything, but doesn't look like there's much if any suspension, And I didn't even realize that they can get up to 100 miles per hour in 1915. Holy crap! Now that I'm thinking about it, Jesus, that is fast. Wow. But can you imagine going 100 miles per hour in that bucket? Like, in a tin can? That is terrifying. Let's see here. What else do we have? 1921. Ooh. This is your third one, MTM, I believe.
Yes.
Okay.
The Dutch cyclist Piet Mooijskaps, I think that's how his name is pronounced, wins the first of 4 straight and 5 total World Sprint Championships when he beats defending champion Bob Spears of Australia in Copenhagen.
All right.
But it's not running; it's track cycling apparently.
Yeah. So cycling on a track. So I guess maybe just running around in an oval.
It's called a sprint though. So.
Well, you can sprint on a bike. You really get into it. Stand up on the pedals. Let's see here. 4 years later, 1925, the League of Nations advised against Turk/Iraqi division of Mosulgabide. What the hell is that? Mosul. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Okay. So, well, this is on thisday.com. Okay, well, if anybody watching wants to go down this rabbit hole, because we don't have really the time to research all that, I'm going to move on up here. 1926, George S. Kaufman and Irving Berlin's musical The Coconuts, starring the Marx Brothers, closed at the Lyric Theater in New York City after 276 performances. This was later adapted as a film. All right.
Yeah, dude, those guys are comedic geniuses. I love everything they do. Duck Soup is probably my favorite of the Marx Brothers movies, but that one's pretty good. The Coconuts one.
There's not many plays, to my knowledge, that gets a film adaptation, and I think with that extent, to my knowledge, there's actually more movies that have gotten a play adaptation, like The Lion King, But I've seen. I know that The Producers has a movie adaptation, and I saw that on Broadway back in 2004. So that was cool. New York. What else do we have? 1927, a peace bridge between U.S. and Canada dedicated. Huh. Okay. Let me see if there's a picture of that peace bridge. Okay, so I guess this is the Bridge of Peace. Cool. The Buffalo Bridge. All right.
Where is that? Like over the Great Lakes or?
Buffalo, New York, I think.
Oh, New York, yeah.
Yeah. Linking it to Canada. Yeah, Peace Bridge dedication. The Buffalo History Gazette. Yeah. Mr. Sohan,
Yes.
you got some baseball records here.
Baseball, 1929. New York Yankees slugger Babe Ruth ties MLB record by hitting grand slams in consecutive games. For the second time in 13-1 win versus Philadelphia A's.
Wow, 13-1. They got their teeth kicked in. I see that a lot. I need to
Wow.
now.
Shit, they're no longer the A's, they are the L's.
That's a good one.
Wow.
Press F to pay respects.
Actually,
Right.
you know what's really funny? Actually, even the A's fans actually don't like the A's at this point. I went to a A's game recently, or a game where the A's were playing, I should say, and the fans are actually wearing green shirts that say "Sell the team," and they'll chant "Sell the team"
Oh my god.
throughout the game while they're like losing.
Wow.
It's really funny to watch.
Damn, also 1930, large mob estimated at 2,000 lynched two young black men, Thomas Shipp and Abram Smith in Marion, Indiana.
Oh man.
Damn.
Dude, that must have been terrible. 2,000 people like chasing you. Oh my god. Like, gee,
That's horrible.
Jesus.
Also, 1930, Canadian Prime Minister Mackenzie King loses the election to Richard Bedford Bennett of the Conservative Party. Of course, you lost. Your name is Mackenzie.
All right, I think it is now Noah's turn again if he wants.
Yep, here we go. In the event of interest, in the year 1934, a U.S. Court of Appeals upheld lower court ruling striking down government's attempt to ban controversial James Joyce novel Ulysses.
Yep, we've spoken about this event several times actually every year in the history show, off and on. Ulysses was a controversial book. Like, I believe they eventually did not ban it. But let's see here. Ulysses is a modernist novel by Irish writer James Joyce. Parts of it were serialized in the U.S. journal, the American journal, the Little Review from March 1918 to December of 1920, and the entire work was published in Paris. Hold on a second. Ulysses book controversy. For many readers, as well as Joyce's literary contemporaries, including W.B. Yeats, T.S. Eliot, T.S. Eliot, D.H. Lawrence, and Ezra Pound, the idea that Joyce's experimental work had been banned as obscene was absurd. For many legislators, journalists, and other readers, the book was pornographic and blasphemous. Whoa.
Oh.
Yikes. Yeah. So, the first thing that pops in my mind, is something that happened last night, and a comment that you made, Mr. Sohan. No wonder Caligula is banned in, half the world. So... But for further reading on Ulysses, please refer to the underbar of the description below. The links to them will, of course, be there after the live stream.
Which we already know the 6 things he's done before.
Huh.
Well, Caligula.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, Mr. Noah.
Going ahead on to my second one. In the year 1935, 60% of the voters agreed to Nazism in Danzig? I can't pronounce that.
Danzig, I think.
Oh, Danzig?
Danzig.
Okay.
They agreed. Having that one guy with the damn swastika standing over them with a bat.
Yikes.
Nod his head like, yes. Good choice.
Well, here's
the
a good
only
one.
Choice.
Here's an upbeat one for Mr. Noah.
Upbeat. Here we go. Not so saddening.
Yeah.
In 1936, a Finnish Canella?
No, this one.
Oh, we're doing that one. Okay. Sorry.
worries.
In 1936, the same year, Argentina wins the polo gold medal for beating Great Britain 11-0 in a final game of the Olympics. First time in the sports is contested at first time the sport is contested at the Olympics. Also.
Final time, actually, not the first. This is the final time.
Really?
The opposite. Well, it says right there.
Oh,
final.
what did I say? I thought it said first. I must
Yeah,
be
you
blind.
said first.
But I don't have it full screen. Sorry.
So Argentina mopped the floor with Britain, 11-0. Wow, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, wow.
You can probably guess Hitler was laughing.
Huh.
In the year 1938, we have a baseball record in the 2000th Brooklyn Dodgers home run. It was their second.
Ooh, fuck the
wow.
Dodgers. Sorry.
The Dodgers are my team. I live in LA now.
Oh yeah.
All right.
But they had their second 1000th home run. that
MTM,
day.
everybody's entitled to their opinion, but really watch what you say about the Dodgers, because my mom was a fan of the Dodgers when they were in Brooklyn
Really?
when she was growing up, and then she ended up over here on the West Coast, and they followed her. So, like, my mom was a hardcore Dodgers fan, so watch what you say about them around me. All right. Anyway, it is now MTM's turn.
Yes,
Let's see
my
here.
turn. Did we talk about 19? Right above that, I thought that was interesting. Is the 22
Yeah, that
nations
is actually on the
lined up
script. If you want to take that, go for it.
Yeah, so in 36, 22 nations lined up as the first basketball competition in the Olympics Games started in Berlin. Estonia beat France 34-29 in their first game.
I didn't even realize that either of those countries even played basketball. Estonia and
It's
France.
an Olympic sport, yeah. It's
Wow. Huh.
It's a winter Olympic sport, yeah,
Yeah.
considerably. Estonians are so tall. I kind of figured that would happen. What do you have highlighted
Both
here?
of these.
Oh, both of these? Okay, great. So in 1938, Nazis closed the theologic department of the Innsbruck University.
That's not nice.
And in 39, millionaire Howard Hughes is presented with the Congressional Gold Medal.
Oh, man. Those millionaires always get a break.
Yeah.
And Leonardo DiCaprio played him in the movie.
Oh, yeah, and The Aviator. Which
Yes.
I think I've seen it, or I've seen clips, but I definitely got to see it again, definitely, if I haven't already. So, because I skipped ahead and I saw the ending on YouTube, so I did see just clips. And man, dude, he does a really good performance. Leo DiCaprio is a good actor, you know?
Man, he had people convinced he was retarded at one point.
Dang. What? Oh.
Yeah, what's eating Gilbert Grape?
Yeah, that was his first role. Everyone was pretty sold
Huh.
on that, and he didn't even actually like his performance that much. He felt kind of bad about it, I think.
Dang. Well, anyway, let's move on up to 1940. Alsace-Lorraine was annexed by the Third Reich, Germany, during World War II. Like, is this a person or a country? Like, it sounds like a person because it's a first and last name.
They
Here we go.
annexed a person.
It is a historical region and a former territory of the German Empire located in modern-day
good.
France. Oh, so right
I'm
there.
about to say, man, they're really serious. They annexed a person.
Yeah, like, they didn't just capture them, they annexed them. Like, Jesus. That's intense. 1940 as well, Churchill recognized de Gaulle's French government in exile. Yep. Because Charles de Gaulle and his government in exile hunkered down in the British Isles, you know, while France was occupied by Nazi Germany in the north and Vichy France in the south. And we also have, 1940 as well, we have the largest amount paid for a stamp, $45,000 for one 1856 British Guiana. So, a stamp collector like, must have...
Nice.
$45,000, but, you know, back then, you know, that's a lot of money today. A hell of a lot more today, you know, back then than it is today. So 1940, $45,000. Let's see here. 1940, $45,000 would be the equivalent of $980,707.50 today. So you're almost paying $1 million bloody dollars for a stamp. Wow.
I wonder if they were being taxed back then, like really
Yes.
heavily, and that's what made them such a commodity, like so rare.
Yes.
Well, no, like this was like this is a stamp from 1856 being bought in 1940.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm
it's-
saying. Like
okay.
in 1856, if the stamps are being taxed.
Probably.
I don't know. But anyway, let's move on up to Mr. Sohen. You got 1941 here. I'm trying to find. Oh, here it is. Okay, this is.
No,
Really sad.
1941. 551 Jews are shot in Kishinev ghetto in Romania.
Yikes. But then a little bit more upbeat, kind of, sorta, right after that.
1942, first American offensive in Pacific in WW2 Guadalcanal, Solomon Islands.
All right, we're pushing back. Finally. Only like
Yes.
a half a year later, give or take. And then right back to sadness.
Dang it. Well, 1942 Dutch resistance bombs Rotterdam Railway.
Ah. Dang. Good, though.
And 1942 transport 16 deports with French Jews to Nazi Germany.
Well, let's have you take one more, a better, an upbeat one. So
Yes.
that we, yeah.
Well, I can't even say this is upbeat because 1943 Red Army recaptures Volgodokov.
Ooh.
The Volgodokov.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. Mr. Noah.
Okay, so on this one in 1944, oh, this is a big one for me. IBM dedicates the first program-controlled calculator, the automatic sequence-controlled calculator, known also as the known beta as the Harvard Mark I.
Ooh. It's pretty big.
That's cool because I like computing.
Yep.
That's a good one for you, yeah.
In 1946, we have an event of interest involving the education pioneer Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington, okay. In 1946, the first U.S. commemorative coin of an African American Booker T. Washington, or the $50. So he's on the $50.
Man, I wish he was still on the $50 other than Kennedy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That is true. They changed that to that. And by the way, Noah,
think there would
slow
be
down a little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I was a little hyper. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's
Yes,
alright.
he was. Yes, Booker T. Washington was on the $50. Can you dig that, sucker?
Ha!
It's a reference. It's a Booker T. reference.
Ha. For your third one, Mr. Noah.
Yeah. So for my third and final trick, kidding. In 1947, the Bombay Municipal Corporation formally takes over the Bombay Electric Supply and Transport, or BEST.
Yikes.
That reminds me of what happened. I know that this is not the same place, but it's nearby. But Pompeii. Whenever I think about Bombay or Pompeii, I think of Mount Vesuvius in Pompeii.
Well, Pompeii is a city by
Yeah.
Mount Vesuvius, yes.
Yeah.
Bombay.
Yeah.
Bombay is in Africa. Isn't like that a nation in
Yeah.
Africa or something?
I believe it's
Bombay.
nearby though.
Open the
I think it's
Bombay
nearby.
doors.
Well, that's something
my
else.
God. Yeah, that's totally different.
Mr. MTM.
Yes. I was just scrolling, looking at some of the other stuff that happened there.
Go for it.
The
If there's something you
Excuse
want
me.
to read, go for it, man.
I was just looking at it. I just lost my place. But we are at 1948, where American Alice Coachman becomes the first black woman from any country to win an Olympic gold medal when she takes out the high jump at the London Games.
All right. 1948.
High jump didn't do anything to deserve that. You didn't have to take him out.
God.
I'll see myself out.
Okay.
Now
At
here's
this
something
stage
interesting.
left.
Police bar white players Lou Sherbin, Stan Mirko, and Frank Dial from playing in the Negro Games.
Wow. So they're
As if
serious.
they were called. They were called that.
Yeah, the Negro League. That's what the league was called. Like, the NFL, AFL, NBA. It's just a title for an organization. So because that was back, during segregation, and they were serious. It wasn't just they weren't allowing black people into white stuff. They weren't allowing white people into black stuff. So it was wrong no matter what, but they were serious from both sides. So, at least in this situation. But we also have this one here.
1953. The Eastern Airlines enters jet age and uses Electra prop jet.
Huh. Let's see if they have a picture of that.
Eastern Air. lines.
Prop jet. Oh, it's a
Right.
propeller and a jet. Huh. Okay, that's interesting.
Hence the name.
That
prop
is weird.
jet,
It's
yeah.
oh, wow. That would be Lockheed Martin for you, yeah.
Electra prop jet. Okay, yeah, the L-188. First flown in 1957, it was the first large turboprop airliner built in the U.S. Initial sales were good, but yada yada yada. Okay, well, I'm gonna put this link to the underbar, the description, post stream. We got to move on here. 1954, Charles Mahoney became the first U.S. black U.S. guy to serve as a full United Nations delegate. All right, that was a weird thing. It's the first U.S. black to serve. It's like the first black U.S.
That is the very grammatically incorrect wording.
Yeah, black U.S. citizen is the correct way. And
Or first African American.
Elon Musk is an African American, and he's whiter than chalk. So, yeah, just call them
And
what
his
they are.
mom
They're
looked
black.
like a super
I'm white.
villain.
They're black. Asians. Hispanics. Whatever. We are what we are. Why are we using such stupid, outdated, and invalid terms? Really. Well, we also have in 1954 as well, Englishman Roger Bannister defeated Australia's John Landy in a mile at the Empire Games in Vancouver. First time two men run sub 4 minute mile in the same race. Crikey! Those are some fast blokes, mate. And then 1955, Tokyo Telecommunications Engineering, the precursor to Sony, began selling its first transistor radios in Japan. Wow.
Yes.
So the precursor to Sony. All right. And then back to Sohan. You got some more baseball here.
Oh, 1956. 51-year-old Satchel Paige Miami Marlins wins a game before the largest crowd in minor league history, 57,000 at Miami Orange Bowl. International League Marlins 6-2 versus Columbus Jets.
All right.
Can you guys give me 10 minutes after we're done with the show? Because I need to call my mom about something important to do
Okay.
with school.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Anyway.
Also, 1956, Boston Red Sox fine slugger Ted Williams $5,000 for spitting at heckling Boston fans. Third indictment in 3 weeks. Oh, you kidding me, man? Third indictment.
In incident, not indictment. Third incident.
Incident.
Yeah.
Man, them people in Boston are what you call dicks.
Well, here's an idea. Just don't spit at people. What are you, a freaking camel or a llama or something? Like, come on, Ted Williams. You're a professional baseball player. Don't spit on people, especially your fans.
Yeah.
You knucklehead.
Wait till the game's over and just whack them upside the head.
Yeah. Wait, what else do we got here?
Let's see. Ooh, we can go to 1960 if you want.
All right, go for it.
1960, Arnold Palmer's 20th PGA Tour win rallies from a 5-stroke deficit to enter a playoff, then beats Jack Fleck and Bill Collins to win the Insurance City Open. Your drink is amazing.
Yeah, it is. Actually, I might actually have an Arnold Palmer later today. We'll see.
Yes. Ooh, 1961, Soviet Premier Khrushchev predicts SSR economy will surpass the U.S. Wrong. You only good for one
It
thing.
probably will.
Killing Laurenta Beria.
What are you talking about, Noah?
Well,
The USSR doesn't even exist to have an economy to surpass us anymore.
I'm talking about Russia in general now, though.
Oh, that's Russia. Like, that's today. That's the USSR
Yes.
is gone. Like,
Yep, Nikita Khrushchev, the one who took down Laurenta Beria.
yep. Yeah, and he was played by what's his face, Steve Buscemi in
Steve
Death of
Buscemi.
Stalin. Yeah,
Yes,
that's a good movie, by the way. Anybody who hasn't seen the movie Death of Stalin, please go see it. It is a good movie.
but the good one was Jason Isaacs.
Oh, is that
Field Marshal. Yes,
is that our boy? What's his name?
yes, Field Marshal Zhukov.
Yes, Georgy Zhukov. Yeah.
Yes, he is also in the Harry Potter movies too, as Lucius Malfoy.
Wait, he's Malfoy. Oh, his dad that's his dad,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
Yes.
the guy who played Zukov played
Yes.
Malfoy. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Huh.
Lucius Malfoy.
Huh. He
Lucius
must have really
Malfoy,
bulked up
his
then or
dad,
something.
evil
Not
dad,
the kid, the dad.
Yeah, no, the
yeah,
dad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I was
Draco.
clarifying.
No. Anyway, Mr. Noah, back to you. You get to talk about Jacqueline Kennedy.
Do we want to? I hate to do this, but do we want to backtrack to the 57 and 59 because there's some interesting things?
Nah, we'll just go over it. We're at 40 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, so we gotta keep on moving forward. But I
Hey,
do
so-
advise
okay.
anybody watching, please go to once again go to our underbar for all these sources and go look at all the stuff that we're not
Listen,
reporting on.
I
There's
think
a
I
lot
need
of
to call
stuff.
my mom about that thing
All right,
now.
okay, bye, Noah.
Good.
Okay,
All right, I'll be back.
Mr. MTM, do you want to talk about Jacqueline Kennedy?
Sure. Jacqueline Kennedy in 1963 becomes the first U.S. First Lady to give birth to Patrick Kennedy since Miss Cleveland.
Oh, so she's not even the first one. So I didn't even read the whole full thing. I thought she was the first one ever. So
No, yeah.
so that would make her the second one then,
Yeah.
or at
It
least
just
the second one.
it
since
just really happened.
Cleveland.
Like being president is kind of like a sales job, and I don't know, being pregnant together as a couple just kind of I don't know. It's not good for sales typically, so it just rarely
God.
happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1964, U.S. Congress approves Gulf of Tonkin resolution granting U.S. President Lyndon Johnson authority to assist any Southeast Asian facing communist aggression. He uses it to openly bring U.S. into the Vietnam conflict.
Yep.
Kick him in his nuts.
Let's see here. We got. Oh, this one's pretty cool.
Sure. British keyboard playing singer-songwriter Christine McVile, knee perfect, joins rock band Fleetwood Mac. Oh,
All right. Cool.
she's a vocalist and piano player for Fleetwood Mac.
And this is kind of concerning here, with how everything's going with AI today. Like,
Yeah, 1970. The first all-computer chess championship was conducted in New York and won by Chess 3.0 CDC 6400, a program written by Slate, Akin, and Gorlin at Northwestern University.
dang. We just have been joined by.
The Golden Moon.
Yeah, you're only 42 minutes late. This
I
is
didn't
like-
realize we were going on. I was
I
busy.
said show soon, and that was at 5 till, and
Didn't hear you.
you said
I was
okay.
working. I said okay.
Yeah, you replied to me. Yeah.
Go ahead. Interrupting the show. Didn't mean that.
Old timer's disease. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Let's have you take one more here. Oh, this is wild.
1970, a shootout at Marin Courthouse in San Rafael, California, kills 4 people, including the judge.
Wow. Wow. That's like right out of like Saints Row 2.
Can't believe
Or
it.
like, yeah,
When you
kind of-
go and rescue
yeah.
Johnny Gat, you go in and you like cause hell in the courtroom. Like, wow, I can't believe something like that actually happened. That's wild. Anyway, while that was all happening, WDHN TV, Channel 18 in Dothan, Alabama, ABC began broadcasting. Cool. And then 1 year later, 1971, Apollo 15 returned to Earth.
Oh.
All right. And here we go, 1972. Yogi Berra, Sandy Koufax, Lefty Gomez, Early Wynn, Josh Gibson, Will Hartridge, Buck Leonard, and Ross Youngs were all inducted in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Wow.
Sandy Koufax, one of the greatest all-time pitchers. I am a little biased, but nevertheless, he is a great one.
I like Yogi Berra because of his yogiisms.
Yeah, yogiisms,
You know,
yeah.
like as a weird person myself, weird has to appreciate
Yeah.
and respect weird. You know?
Sure.
So, tip of the hat to him. What else do we have? 1974, Philip Petit walked tightrope strung between the Twin Towers.
Oh, there's a
Nice.
movie about that.
There is, and I can't see it because that will give me great anxiety. So,
Okay.
yeah, no, I have a fear of heights, and even on movies, it's just
Understandable.
like I get that feeling like I can't.
Understandable.
Yeah. Although I should try to watch it. Like after seeing the first 10 minutes of Caligula last night, I don't think there's much more the world can have me witness that's any more disgusting.
Can't imagine what it was. Yeah, you don't want to.
You don't want to.
No.
Like. And then 1976, scientists in Pasadena, California, announced Viking 1 found strongest indications to date of possible life on Mars. And while that was happening, 1976 as well, U.S. Viking 2 went into Martian orbit after an 11-month flight from Earth. So while we're talking about, Mars, like, water on Mars and ice form and such, our second Viking is arriving. That's awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Maybe like they're a couple months apart, and like as soon as he found the Viking 1 found life, the Martians were like, "Oh shit, we better disable this thing," and so then they had to send Viking 2.
It's a theory.
Also,
That's his turn.
No. 1978. Thousands of mourners filed past the body of Pope Paul IV.
6.
Oh, 6.
Yeah.
And as of 1980, John Lennon and Yoko Ono began recording sessions for their double fantasy album at the Hit Factory in New York City.
Dude, every time I see that picture of Yoko Ono, I immediately, stare straight at the dumb Xbox logo in the background.
Yes.
It's surrounded by red. It's kind of hard to miss.
Yeah. What else do we have? You missed 1977. Gary Gill.
1977, Gary Gill and Peter Eldridge musical Shenandoah, based on the film of the same name, closes at Alvin Theater, New York City, after 1,050 performances and 2 Tony Awards.
Wow. So what were we talking about earlier? So this is a play based off of a movie. So that's interesting.
Yes.
Then Mr. MTM. Let's move on up to 81. Here we go.
I am going to have to jump off. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right,
Alrighty,
Mr. Stone. Enjoy
Thank
the
you
rest
for
of your
joining
day.
us.
Thank you for joining and have a good one, man.
Have a good one.
You too.
The Washington Star ceases all operations after 128 years of publication. It's
Wow.
an old paper.
That's something that old. It's really sad to see something like that go.
Yeah.
Like, then again, Disney is about 100 years old, and I can't wait for them to bite the dust.
Brent's dying, that's for sure.
Yep. Well, it's
Another Gret here, Gret Weitz in 1983 of Norway. She wins the inaugural women's marathon at the first World Athletics Championship in Helsinki.
Helsinki.
Finland.
Yeah.
Always do that. Bad American habit. 1983 PGA Championship. Oh no, we're going there.
Oh, go ahead. You can read what you want.
Yes, golf. Rivera CC. Hal Sutton wins his only major title by 1 stroke from Jack Nicklaus.
And actually, that was on the script because this is about Hal Sutton. Why were we getting Jack Nicklaus? He's the loser. Like,
Because you knocked off a very famous golfer.
yeah, but if this doesn't get him, his photo up, what will?
Yeah.
Come on,
Probably should have a
give
photo
the
of
guy
that at
some
least.
freaking, recognition. I want to know about Hal Sutton.
True enough about the photo.
Jack Nicklaus, he had his moment of fame. Get off the pedestal. Let Hal Sutton have some spotlight. Come on, I know he doesn't have anything to say about this, but this is ridiculous. This is about this guy, not Jack. Jack's a loser in this.
83, he had to be pretty old. Would
Huh.
that be the senior tour?
Just championship men's golf. He was 40, so he was only 43. So that's not a senior yet.
No.
So, then we also have this. This is crazy.
Some 675,000 AT&T employees go on strike in 1983. Excuse me.
Wow, that's a lot of people. Moving on up to 84. Japan defeated the U.S. 6-3 in the final of the Los Angeles Olympic baseball demonstration event. Wow. So not only did we got beaten on our own pastime, but on home soil. Wow. Well, then again, they do have a lot of practice, swinging the bat with their swords.
Yeah.
So
Jeez.
You guys
Their,
made a
their
really
little
awful
brother
joke.
was playing. They were AFK. That's what happened there.
Oh my god. And then 1984, the U.S. collected its first Olympic gold medal in women's basketball history with an 85-55 win over South Korea in the final at the LA Games. Well, look at that. The women are picking up where the men left off. Thank you. Thank you. They brought it back. Thank you. 1985, a delegation of the South African Council of Churches met with President P.W. Botha following calls by the church for urgent discussions on the causes of unrest, forced removals, and the emergency regulations in the country. More apartheid crap. So, that's we have another 85 here for Mr. MTM. Here we go.
Rightio. Takao Doi, Mamoru Mohi, and Chiaki Mukai are chosen to be Japan's first astronauts.
Oh, wow.
Chiaki Mukai.
Good pull on the names, I gotta tell you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And for the sake of time, we're going to skip over quite a bit. There's a lot others I'd like to talk about, but we're at 9 minutes till the hour, so we're only at 90. So go for it. We have a big one here.
Yeah.
The 1990 U.S. deployment of troops to Saudi Arabia beginning Operation Desert Shield.
Yep.
That's what it's called.
And then let's see here. Oh, here we go.
Court rules that Manuel Noriega may access some secret U.S. documents.
And that's because the Panama Canal. He was a Panamanian general and dictator.
Yeah.
You know, I believe he took over Panama in a violent coup. He was an awful, awful person. You know, I think he was like neck deep in with the cartels and all that stuff, like just all sorts of awful stuff. But because of the importance of the Panama Canal, the U.S. had to play ball and kneel to him sometimes. Like, wow. Like, you know, and unless you want to like go to war, you know, and possibly have them like, you know, blow a door or something and disable the canal entirely. You know, very, you know, tender moments there.
Yeah. Let's move on up to 1992 here, where the Orlando Magic signs NBA #1 draft pick Shaquille O'Neal.
That he so.
I'm very happy for this signing, this sponsorship. This is great to me. Now I get all these Gold Bond and Icy Hot sponsorships.
Did he also like do some commercials for Geico or something? Like he was part of some insurance.
He's probably done Geico commercials too at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not at this point. He was doing Icy Hot, but he was a spokesperson for a couple other things as well.
He's done a lot of spoken for a lot of them.
Yeah. In 1994, we have the revival of Henrik Ibsen's stage drama Hedda Gabler, starring Kelly McGillis, closed at Citroen Theater, New York City after 33 performances. 1997, Garth Brooks performed a free concert in New York City's Central Park for HBO, later releasing it as Garth Live from Central Park. And then, let's see here, I'll just use this one here. In the year 2000, Los Angeles Lakers announced retirement of former star player and executive vice president of basketball operations Jerry West, named Mitch Kupchak to succeed him.
Yeah, that's Kupchak.
Kupchak.
Jerry West, one of the all-time great minds
Mitch
of
Kupchak.
basketball.
That sounds like another word for upchuck. I'm gonna Kupchak. Like,
They draw him very funny on South Park in the Water Bears episode. Where they're getting water bears to be
who, Kupchak?
fans.
Or Jerry West?
Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of the other guy who's the NFL guy. Maybe it was for the NFL. They were making water bears. I don't think it was basketball.
Hold on a second. South Park NFL Water Bears. This guy?
No. Yeah, they're down on the right. Jerry Jones.
Oh, Jerry Jones.
They
God.
look kind
Oh.
of similar. That's why I imagined Jerry West would be.
yeah.
He was a South Park character.
Oh my God. All right, well, let's get back to you, Mr. MTM, and I got to catch up to see where we're at here. Here we go. This one.
In 2004, the Cubs pitcher Greg Madoff enters the history books with his 300th career win in Chicago's 8-4 triumph versus San Francisco at SBC Park.
All right. And just because Luna's here and I enjoy torturing people, let's have you read this one here.
Uh-oh.
You want to read it?
Oh, in one of cricket's history history in one of cricket history's closest tests. I'm already having trouble. Despite a brave, unbeaten 43 from Australian tail ender Brett Lee, England sneaks a 2-run win in series, turning second test at Edgbaston.
Now,
Cricket.
I haven't said this in a while, so as a refresher for anybody new who hasn't heard me said this in the past, if you read something verbatim and you know it's in English but you feel like you had a stroke, don't worry, it's just cricket. So
that makes a lot of sense now.
Yep. Ooh, here we go.
2007 San Francisco Giants slugger Barry Bonds hits his 756th career home run to break Hank Aaron's long-standing MLB record. Unfortunately, he has an asterisk next to his name in the Hall of Fame.
And that's cool and all, but I wonder why that's highlighted and this is not. In 2008, we have the beginning of the Russo-Georgian War. Georgia moved troops into self-proclaimed republics of South Ossetia and Tishkinaviga, who are supported by Russia. This is the first European war of the 21st century. Why is that not highlighted? That is major.
Yeah.
And then, of course, this is highlighted. 2009 TikTok single released by Keisha later received the Billboard Song of the Year 2010. All right, whoop-de-doo, but why is that highlighted? Not the first European war of the 21st century. Come on, history calendar, get your shit together. Ridiculous. We also have 2010, Jerry Rice, Emmett Smith, John Randall, Russ Grimm, Ricky Jackson, Floyd Little, and Dick LeBeau were inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. All right. Let's skip over this because that's just like that just seems like a slam piece. Get back to Mr. MTM. I think we are reading this. Yes.
2016 American swimmer Katie Ledecky sets a new world record with a time of 3:56.46 to win the gold medal in the women's 400-meter freestyle at the Rio de Janeiro Olympics.
All right. Cool, cool. And then let's see here. What's his name? Jim Furyk. Oh yeah, I think this is. Yeah, this is a good one here.
Okay, Jim Furyk, 12 under par, 58 in final round of the Travelers Championship of the TPC River Highlands, Cromwell, Connecticut, becoming first player to shoot 58 in a PGA Tour event and first PGA Tour pro to card 2 sub-60 rounds.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, 12 under is amazing.
Yeah. And you get some more sports. Like I've noticed, there's
Mr. Big Breakfast, Mr. Big Wheaties,
Yeah.
the man himself. 2016 United States men's 4x100 meter freestyle relay team wins the final in 3:9.92 at the Rio de Janeiro Olympics. Michael Phelps' record, 19th Olympic gold medal.
All right, we get it.
That's
You're
amazing.
good at swimming.
Yeah.
Like 19.
19, that's amazing.
Like this guy has almost as many medals as a Soviet-era general. This is insane. Moving on up to 2018, I know it's not highlighted, but this is pretty important, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was just going to quickly say
hit
that's how.
25 million, according to Australian Bureau of Statistics. 25 million in Australia. That's pretty cool. And then 2018 as well. This is hilarious. China bans the release of Winnie the Pooh movie Christopher Robin after character was used to mock Chinese President Xi Jinping. So, like, you know about this?
That, yeah.
So, let's see. Xi Jinping, Winnie the Pooh. Because somebody, there's a lot of pictures out there. Somebody actually put the Pooh's ears on him. There's a lot of comparisons, obviously. Oh God, this one. Oh, they put his hair on Winnie the Pooh and changed his eyes, and oh my God. But anyway, what else do we got here? I'm not going to read that. That's disgusting.
No, yeah, me neither.
Yeah. Why is it even highlighted? You know, like what is wrong? With
Actually, there's an interesting event in 2018 there.
This one.
No, right above it, where Swedish furniture brand IKEA opens its first store in India, in Hyderabad.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So Swedish furniture in India now. That's cool.
Yeah.
IKEA is really going.
And there's a bit of a sad happening up above that, where the Mendocino fire becomes the largest recorded fire in California's history at 29,000 290,600 acres, overtaking the 2017 Thomas Finder.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a big one.
Yeah. If there's one thing California does, it's burn. What else do we have? We have an Olympic gold here in 2021. Kevin Durant with 29 points led the U.S. to his third and the team's fourth consecutive Olympic men's basketball gold medal with an 87-82 win over France in Tokyo. Wow, what the over France in Tokyo. We really are a world species, aren't we? You know.
Yeah,
like,
Mr. Worldwide, Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant playing basketball, you know, with the French in Japan. Oh, wow. And then 2022, a ceasefire came into effect in Gaza after 43 people were killed in 3 days of violence between Israeli military and Palestinian Islamic Jihad militants. And then this time last year, last but not least, the U.S. Senate passed Sweeping Inflation Reduction Act, an economic package designed to combat climate change, address health care costs, and tax large corporations. Climate change, more of this crap. Blah, 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 yada, yada, propaganda. Anyway, MTM, do you want to close this out?
Yes, I'll close this out for today. With that last date, we conclude the show. Once again, check the underbar of the description for any links you may be interested in looking into more too. There's a lot of things we had to talk about today that we couldn't get to talk about today. But that is included to all things, but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your daily dose of past events, we stream 11 a.m. at Pacific time every day. That's 1 Central and
Central. 1 Central, 12 Mountain, 2 Eastern. Sorry.
And 2 Eastern. There you go. For all of you and all of us, I'm MTM.
I'm Alexander.
Golden Loon.
And we did have Stoen in the show for a little bit.
Stoen and Noah joined us.
Yeah,
as
that's
well,
true.
then.
Yeah. All right, so
Now,
yeah.
We're closing out here. Remember to look right and left at every intersection, as we always say. And stay blessed.